In the quiet countryside of America, two communities live side by side, yet worlds apart. Both Amish and Mennonite women trace their roots to the Anabaptist tradition. Though they appear similar to outsiders, their daily lives follow deeply different paths shaped by centuries of tradition and faith. Historical context. The story begins in 16th century Europe, where Anabaptists faced brutal persecution for their beliefs in adult baptism. In 1693, a critical division occurred when Jacob Ammon insisted on stricter practices, while followers of Menno Simons maintained a more moderate approach. As these communities sought religious freedom in America, their isolation preserved distinctive traditions that profoundly shaped women's lives to this day. Difference number 1, dress codes. Amish women adhere to strict dress codes, solid-colored dresses in blue, green, purple, or burgundy, always covered by aprons and paired with prayer caps. This attire represents a complete rejection of individualism and vanity, with no patterns or decorations permitted. Mennonite women follow more flexible guidelines. Conservative Mennonites wear modest dresses with distinctive head coverings, while progressive Mennonite women might choose modern modest clothing with smaller head coverings or none at all. These differences in dress immediately signal their community's stance on separation from the modern world. Difference number 2, education and literacy. For Amish women, education typically ends at 8th grade in Amish-run schools, focusing on practical skills needed for household management. Higher education is generally discouraged as unnecessary or potentially harmful to community values. In contrast, Mennonite women often complete high school, and progressive Mennonites are encouraged to pursue college degrees. Many attend Mennonite-operated universities where faith and modern education coexist. This educational divide creates stark differences in women's access to information and shapes their decision-making authority within families. The books in an Amish woman's home are carefully selected religious texts and approved literature, while Mennonite women often engage with broader reading materials that connect them more directly to the outside world. Difference number 3, technology use. In Old Order Amish homes, women manage households without electricity, telephones, or modern appliances. They've developed adaptive practices like using gas-powered refrigerators, battery-operated lights, and community phone booths for emergencies. Mennonite women embrace technology to varying degrees. Conservative Mennonites might have electricity but limit internet access, while progressive Mennonites use computers, smartphones, and modern appliances without restriction. This technological divide dramatically affects daily routines. While an Amish woman might spend hours on laundry using a wringer washer powered by a diesel generator, her Mennonite counterpart uses a modern washing machine, freeing time for other activities. These choices reflect fundamental beliefs about maintaining separation from worldly influences versus practical adaptation. Difference number 4, transportation and mobility. Transportation creates one of the most visible boundaries around Amish women's lives. Restricted to horse and buggy, hired drivers, or public transportation, their geographic reach remains limited. Many Amish women rarely travel more than 20 miles from home without special permission, reinforcing community interdependence. Mennonite women, particularly in progressive communities, commonly drive cars and hold driver's licenses, granting significantly greater independence. This mobility difference affects everything from emergency medical access to shopping options and social connections. Conservative Mennonite communities may maintain some transportation restrictions, but generally allow more flexibility than their Amish counterparts. These transportation choices profoundly shape women's daily experience, determining not just where they can go, but how frequently, with whom, and under what circumstances they can leave their immediate community. Difference number 5, work and economic roles. The economic lives of Amish women center primarily on homemaking, motherhood, and maintaining productive gardens. When they do earn income, it's typically through home-based businesses like quilting, baking, or craft production that don't compromise their domestic responsibilities. Married Amish women rarely work outside the home, though unmarried women might teach in Amish schools or work in Amish-owned shops. Their economic value lies heavily in traditional skills, food preservation, sewing, homemaking that maintain the family's self-sufficiency. Mennonite women enjoy broader economic participation. While conservative Mennonite women follow patterns similar to the Amish, progressive Mennonite women often pursue careers as teachers, nurses, or business owners. Many actively participate in church-related service roles that extend beyond their community. These economic differences influence household dynamics and decision-making authority. In Amish homes, husbands typically control financial matters, while many Mennonite couples practice more collaborative financial management. As women age, these differences shape their security and independence, with older Amish women depending heavily on family support, while some Mennonite women maintain independent income into their later years. Difference number 6. Marriage, customs, and family life. Marriage defines much of an Amish woman's life path. Courtship is closely supervised, with couples meeting at Sunday singings and arranged visits. Most Amish women marry in their early 20s after baptism, with ceremonies held at home during wedding season, typically November after the harvest. Mennonite courtship allows more freedom, especially in progressive communities where dating resembles mainstream norms. Conservative Mennonites follow more traditional methods, but with more flexibility than the Amish. Family planning also differs. Amish families often reject birth control, with women having 6 to 8 or more children. Conservative Mennonites value large families, while progressive Mennonites may use family planning, resulting in fewer children. Women's role in child rearing reflects broader community values. Amish mothers raise children under patriarchal norms. Mennonite families, especially progressive ones, often take a more collaborative approach to education and planning. Divorce is virtually forbidden among the Amish. Divorced woman faces exclusion. Mennonites discourage divorce but allow it under specific conditions, especially in progressive groups. Widowed Amish women usually remarry quickly. Mennonite widows may remain independent longer. Multi-generational living is common among the Amish, with older women in dowdy houses. Mennonite arrangements vary more, with many older women living independently. These traditions reflect deep theological differences in gender roles and authority. Difference. Number 7. Religious practices and spiritual leadership. In Amish, church services held at home every other Sunday, women sit separately from men and remain silent. They don't hold leadership roles like bishops or deacons; those are reserved for men. Still, older Amish women often guide younger ones in faith and conduct, holding quiet but strong spiritual influence. Among Mennonites, women's religious roles vary widely. Conservative Mennonite women face restrictions similar to Amish women, though they may participate more through women's groups and service committees. In progressive Mennonite circles, women can become pastors, preachers, and church leaders, contributing directly to theology and decision-making. In private spiritual life, women in both groups lead family prayers and devotionals. Their views on Scripture, especially regarding women's roles, reflect their community's theology. Amish women usually follow traditional teachings on submission, while progressive Mennonites may interpret such passages more contextually. Prayer coverings also reflect these beliefs. Amish women wear their cap constantly, symbolizing submission to God and male authority. Conservative Mennonites wear similar coverings, though styles vary. Progressive Mennonite women may only wear them in church or not at all. Religious education differs too. Amish mothers teach obedience and humility. Progressive Mennonite mothers may focus on personal faith and critical thinking. Even baptismal prep reflects this. Amish girls learn commitment to rules. Mennonite girls may explore faith more deeply and personally. Difference number 8. Community relationships. The social fabric of Amish communities depends on deep interdependence among women. Regular gatherings, quilting bees, work frolics, visiting days build strong bonds that help them endure life's challenges. A defined social hierarchy exists, with age and marital status commanding respect. The bishop's wife and wives of other church leaders hold sway, mentoring younger women and upholding community standards. Social norms are enforced through women's networks, gentle corrections, quiet reminders, and rare shunning maintain order without overt authority. It's a system of internal governance, where women manage each other's conduct while remaining outwardly submissive to male leadership. Mennonite women engage in wider social spheres. Conservative Mennonites keep strong internal ties but also form external friendships through business or service. Progressive Mennonite women join professional, interfaith, and civic groups while retaining religious identity. Support systems show clear contrasts. Amish women receive meals, childcare, and home help after childbirth, expecting the same in return. Progressive Mennonite women combine community support with professional care. Communication varies. Amish women rely on in-person gatherings. Mennonite women use phones, email, and social media to stay connected. Conflict resolution differs too. Amish women prefer indirect resolution via third parties. Mennonites range from indirect methods to modern communication tools. In both groups, women carry tradition balancing preservation with adaptation amid change. Difference number 9. Healthcare and wellness approaches. Healthcare approaches reflect deep philosophical differences between these communities. Amish women rely heavily on traditional remedy herbal treatments, poultices, and tonics passed down through generations. These home remedies address a wide range of ailments, with handwritten recipes carefully preserved and shared among women. Female healers and midwives hold respected roles. Home births, attended by community midwives, are common. Though modern care is used in emergencies, it's often approached cautiously, with community input guiding major decisions. For large medical expenses, Amish communities rely on mutual aid. After church, collections are gathered to help families, reinforcing interdependence over insurance systems. Conservative Mennonite women blend traditional remedies with modern medicine more openly. Progressive Mennonite women fully engage with modern healthcare, including checkups, vaccinations, and preventive care. Mental health is another area of contrast. Amish women turn to prayer, pastoral guidance, and community support, while progressive Mennonites increasingly embrace professional counseling, viewing mental and physical health as interconnected. Health education also differs. Amish girls learn about womanhood through female relatives, with limited formal instruction. Progressive Mennonite women benefit from educational materials and healthcare guidance. Views on prevention reflect theological differences. Amish women may see proactive care as a lack of faith in God's will, while progressive Mennonite women often view it as responsible stewardship. Elderly care typically falls to women. Amish women provide it entirely at home. Mennonites may integrate professional services. As costs and technologies evolve, women lead vital decisions balancing faith, tradition, and practical healthcare needs. Difference number 10. Adaptation to modern pressures. Perhaps nowhere are the differences between Amish and Mennonite women more evident than in their responses to modern pressures. Amish women serve as primary guardians of tradition, maintaining clothing styles, domestic practices, and child-rearing methods largely unchanged for generations. Their resistance to modern influences creates a protective boundary around community life. Young Amish women experience Rumspringa differently than their male counterparts. While young men might explore more worldly experiences, young women typically remain close to home under family supervision. Their decision to be baptized into the church represents a conscious choice to embrace traditional womanhood, with approximately 85 to 90% choosing to remain Amish despite having glimpsed alternatives. Tourism creates unique pressures for Amish women. In areas like Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and Shipshewana, Indiana, Amish women navigate being both community members and tourist attractions. Some find economic opportunities through interaction with tourists, selling quilts, baked goods, or crafts, while maintaining cultural separation. Economic necessities have pushed some Amish women into new roles. As agricultural livelihoods become less sustainable, some work in Amish-owned businesses or even, in rare cases, in approved outside employment, while still maintaining traditional home responsibilities, a delicate balancing act that tests community boundaries. Mennonite women, particularly in progressive communities, approach adaptation more openly. Conservative Mennonite women maintain core values while accepting selective changes using some technology, accessing more education, and participating more widely in society. Progressive Mennonite women actively engage with social change, incorporating gender equality discussions, environmental concerns, and social justice movements into their religious identity. Environmental sustainability represents an interesting convergence. Amish women's traditional practices food preservation, minimal consumption, reuse of materials align with modern sustainability values for different reasons. Mennonite women, particularly in progressive communities, increasingly frame environmental stewardship in both religious and contemporary ecological terms. Legal requirements sometimes force adaptation. School attendance laws, health regulations, and building codes require negotiation with authorities. Women in both communities often manage these boundary interactions, finding compromises that satisfy legal requirements while preserving core values. Technology presents constant